Okay, so it's been a while since I made a video. I've been very busy with some stuff and that kind of shit. So this video, I thought we'd go ahead and do a iMovie kind of like tutorial for beginners, of course. First, I would like to say that it's basically going to be about simple editing, how to add some text, and how to cut and paste and all that kind of stuff so you can be able to edit your own little video, so to speak. But first, I would like to say a few words about different types of camera sources. Um, I believe that if you're a beginner, maybe you don't have a fancy $2,000 a camcorder. Well, doesn't matter if you do, but you can actually get very good footage with iPhone 5s, for example, or just any newer iPhone. Or if you have a small compact camera like this one, this is a Nikon S 9000, I think it is. Coolpix 9000 is kind of like 5 years old now, but it makes HD videos, and the format files, it's actually MP4. So if you put that aside here and taking a look on a little more advanced camcorder, we are looking at a Sony Handycam. This is the HDR SR12. So this is kind of like 8-9 years old now. But what I wanted to mention is that this camera makes files that is called AVC HD, and a lot of Sony Handycams make these file formats, and you gotta be careful there because these files are very heavy. That means even small a 2-minute movie clip can be very large. And if you have a basic MacBook Pro, for example, or MacBook Air or anything like that, it could cause some problems because most likely you will not be able to edit a longer video. Let's say a video that is probably about more than 5 minutes. It's going to be major problems. So if you have one of these cameras and you're having problem with editing your video, well, not maybe this type of camera, but any camera that makes AVC HD files, the solution for you may be one of these. Elgato Turbo 264. This actually converts your AVC HD files into MP4 files, because MP4 files is something that your computer most likely can handle a little bit better than the AVC HD files. And these ones, I'm not really sure about the price on these ones. I bought this one used from eBay, I think from Toronto, something like that, up in Canada. So this is what a very good investment for me, at least, because it's very simple to convert the files. So with that said, even though if you have an iPhone, you are good to go already there. Or even if you have an older, let's say 10-year-old simple camcorder like this. This is a Sony Handycam DCR SX30. It's a very simple, very small, very basic, very basic small little camcorder like this. This also this makes MP4 files, so if you have something like this, you're good to go as well. I can recommend something if you're doing vlogs and that kind of stuff. I can definitely recommend the Canon Legria Mini. In America, this is Canon Vixia Mini. And there is a Mini X version as well. That's an updated version of this one. And this is perfect for making vlogs and that kind of stuff, because you can flip the screen. You can walk around like this and, okay, I'm on Manhattan right now and looking at all the yellow cabs here. You know, that kind of stuff. It's very simple to just hold it like this. And if you want to film anything else, you just flip the screen like this and you're good to go, like this. And this has a fisheye lens as well, so it's kind of like very wide, and it makes very decent movies in low light conditions as well. So this is my first choice for a simple vlogging camera, simple vlogging camcorder, easy to take with you and all that kind of stuff. So only downside, battery lasts for 20-30 minutes or something like that. So you gotta need some more battery packs with you. Okay, so with that said, enough of ranting of the cameras and the hardware right now. Just a few tips for you before you begin the editing process, so to speak, so you know. I think we should dig into the tutorial now, and I will try to do my very best here to make it as easy as possible for you to understand. This is just very, very basic for you that have never done this before. I will go through the basic functions, such as importing a movie, put it into your timeline, do some scaling from the beginning so you can put some text there, maybe take away some parts in the middle that, you know, cutting if you have some noises in the background you don't want to have, or if you did a mistake or whatever, and some editing, cutting at the end, and you know, the basic functions. So let's go ahead and dig into it right now. Okay, so what you want to go ahead and do right now is open the iMovie application right there. And in my case, I already have a new movie going on here, and you want to make sure you start a new event so that you can see by the date here. This is all the events I got right here. So if you want to make a new event right here, you just double click or tap with 2 fingers on your touchpad if you have a MacBook Pro, or if you have an iMac, that's the right click right there, and you go ahead and choose new event, and you see it pops up a new event right here. And if you already have something going on here in your timeline, you want to go ahead and make sure that you go to File and create a new movie like this. And here is where you can choose from different types of themes. We're not going to use any theme today. We're just going to use a blank theme. That means no intro or anything like that with a specific type of theme. Theme, I mean. So we're going to go ahead and create a no theme right there. We call it My Movie, or you can call it Test Movie as well. Just like so. Now you have all the basic settings right here. You're all good to go to import your media now. And you can do that either by clicking right here, or you can actually go up here, and that will gives you this opening window right here. Depending on where you have your media, in my case I have it on my desktop. In your case, maybe you have on external hard drive or anything like that. That means it will show up your options right here This is the desktop. I actually have an external hard drive connected to this computer, and that is that one right there. But in my case, I'm gonna go ahead and click the desktop, and here is everything I have on my desktop. And in this case, I'm going to open up an old footage that I made a year ago or so, just to have something to edit in for this particular video. You click on that, so it's blue highlighted right there. Then you go ahead and click import selected. If you're looking here in the upper right corner, you can see that it's kind of like a clock here ticking, showing the import. When it's gone, the movie is actually imported right here. You cannot edit this video. You cannot edit this video from here because this is actually your timeline down here. So what you gotta go ahead and do is actually double click on this video here. So all of the video is yellow. It's marked, that's for sure. So what you're gonna go ahead and do is tap, click and hold and drag it down like here. You just drag it down here to your timeline, like so. And this video, you can see by looking right here, this video is actually 16 minutes long. And this is a very short, you can see on the timeline, it's taking very short of space here. So what you're going to go ahead and do for a simple editing, you see the drag button tool right here. You grab and hold that one, and you can see as you dragging it to your right, the clip is getting longer and longer. So I used to do like 2 clicks or so. That's 0, 1, 2, 2 or 3, because now you have a better possibility here to edit your video, and you can see the audio as well. So what I want to go ahead and do now to make this very simple right here is actually, this is the beginning right here, and by clicking the space bar on your keyboard, you start the video on the timeline, just like so. And this is my intro on this clip. Okay, so today I want to talk. I'm taking away the audio. So I wanna clip away this intro right here. I don't want this intro right here. So basically, wherever I choose to move the cursor here, the time-lapse cursor, wherever I choose to have it, maybe just right there. If I hit the space bar on my keyboard now, the video will actually start where my cursor is, just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look where the intro ends, and it ends right there, and that means I'm hitting the space bar on my keyboard exactly when the intro is gone. So let's take another look here. That's exactly what you want to go ahead and do now. You can actually go ahead, for making this very simple here, you put the mouse cursor right over there where you stop the time-lapse cursor. If you have a MacBook Pro, you just take 2 fingers and tap on the trackpad, and that gives you this menu right here. If you have iMac or something, that is a right click on your mouse. Right here you have different options, and I want to cut this. I want to split this where the cursor is, and this is the split clip right here, and you go ahead and choose that one, and you see you get two clips here now. And this shorter one is what you want to go ahead and take away. And that is highlighted in yellow now. So you go ahead and right click or using two fingers on your trackpad like this, and you get the very same menu right here, and you choose cut. That means you are taking away the yellow highlighted area of your video. So I go ahead and choose cut right here, and you see that it's disappear. So now you take the cursor all to the beginning right here and hitting the space bar on your keyboard, and you will see the video starts exactly from the beginning here. So let's say I have some problems later on in my video here. Let's say around here. I made something wrong here. We're gonna go ahead and choose an area. Exactly when I pick up the guitar body right here. That's I want to cut away that. So you go ahead and choose, put the time-lapse bar exactly where I'm taking out the guitar body here. I think it's probably about around there. Make sure that your clip is yellow highlighted, so click on the clip like this, and now right click on your mouse or two fingers on your trackpad on your MacBook, and that brings your very same menu right here again. And I want to do exactly the same. I want to split the clip, okay? This first area right here is getting highlighted now, but we don't want to delete anything before I taking out the guitar body. So I want to go ahead and highlight this clip right here by tapping, clicking one time on the actual clip. What I want to go ahead and show you now is that you can go ahead and drag the video with this right here, or if you have a MacBook, you can actually use two finger and scroll to the side, and it will go to whatever side you want it to. Anyway, I want to go ahead and take away. I want to take away the part when I'm showing this guitar body right here. So I'm putting it back right there. I want to go ahead and so here is actually where I want to split my clip right there. So now you can see that the highlighted area is actually what I want to go ahead and take away. So I want to cut out this when I'm showing the guitar body. It's a cut right there. It's a cut right there. And this is the area I want to take away. So right click or two fingers on the trackpad, and you want to go ahead and cut. That means take away. You go ahead and make a cut there. You can see now that you have a cut here in your video that will cause a quick cut that maybe will not look very good in your video. You can see there it doesn't look very good. If you're looking on the video, it's a cut right there, and I don't like that at all. So I would like to have a transition in between here, a smooth transition that makes the eye maybe not catch the cut here as instantly as it would with no transition here. So if you're looking to the left here, you have something called transitions right here in this area where my mouse cursor is right now. I'm gonna go ahead and click that one, and this is the area where I have my transitions, and this is quite a few of them right here. And if I want something smooth, I would most likely go ahead and choose cross dissolve, this very first one right here. And by dragging the mouse cursor like this, you can see how it works, how it's supposed to work. And if I'm doing that one, you can see how it's You can see how it's working. I want to click on that one, and I want to click and hold, dragging this one over to the gap here, to where my cut is. You want to go ahead and just drop it right there, and bam, you have a very nice transition right there. You see that soft transition right there? That's what I like. That's exactly what I want. Let's say you have another cut. I'm just going to do a quick cut right here. I want to have something else, something more fancy. I mean, this is kind of cool. So let's try this one out right here and see how it works. Oh yeah, it's working perfect. That's exactly what I want. Oh yeah. So you can go ahead and try different types of transitions here. There is a few of them, but if you want a smooth transition just like this is the one you want to go ahead and choose, the first one. So I'm actually editing this particular video now. I forgot to tell you something that I need to say. So let's say you want to make a cut here. You go ahead and right click right there, bring up this menu again, and you choose, for example, split. And you realize that, oh no, this wasn't no good. I didn't want to split that right there. If you go ahead and choose that you want to regret this, you can actually just leave the split there, because it will not make any difference to the video, because you haven't really taken away anything or something like that. But however, if you want to not have the split right there, you can actually go ahead to the edit menu right there and undo split. You go ahead and choose undo split, and bam, there is no split there anymore. So let's go ahead and do a split here, and we're gonna go ahead and take a transition right there. And for that matter, we realize that we don't want this. We don't want this transition here. Go back to edit menu and undo add. That means it will take away this transition right here. Now we only have the cut here. We only have the cut, and we realize we want to take away the cut as well. So we go up to the edit menu once again, and we choose undo split, and bam, there is no split there anymore. So this is something I forgot to tell you, so I'm doing it now when I'm editing this iMovie tutorial video, so you know that you can undo things as well. So if I'm making a cut there, a split, I'm making a split there, and I'm making a split right there. I have three things here that I want to undo. What I go ahead and do and go to the edit menu once again, undo split. This split disappeared. I want to take away these two splits as well. Go once again up to the edit menu, undo split. Now you see this one is gone. Only one more to go. You go up again to the edit menu and undo split. And now you realize, oops, I shouldn't taken that one away because I needed that one. Okay, that's okay. Go ahead to the edit menu and choose redo split. Bam, you got it back. So this is very simple. This is very simple. You can just go to the menu here and redo and undo everything that happens. So okay, we go to all the beginning here. I want to go ahead and make some intro text here, some new intro text. So what you want to go ahead, if you're looking down to the left corner here, you see under the transitions, you see something called titles. You go ahead and click titles, and that brings you up to this menu right here. And you got first off here some intros, different intros. If you dragging the cursor over the intro like this, you can see how its behavior. So if you're gonna go ahead and choose whatever fits your needs. In my case, this seems very cool. In my case, I think I'm gonna go ahead and choose. I'm gonna go ahead and choose this one right here. So click on that one and hold it and drag it down to the very beginning here, and you can see that iMovie is making space for it if you're dragging it like this. You cannot do like this because the intro will be placed over your video, and you don't want that. You want it in the beginning like this. So I'm sorry about this. I'm just gonna go ahead and increase my fan speed here. My computer is running a little bit hot here. There we go. Maybe now you hear the fan noise as well. I'm sorry about that. So once you got your intro right here, I'm gonna go ahead and click right here. So you got the marked area. You double click on your intro. You can see it's actually a little bit blue here. This is where you can make your text. Test video. No. iMovie tutorial for beginners. iMovie tutorial for beginners. So this is the intro I want to have, and what you want to go ahead and do when you're done with your text, you click on this, on any black area here, and you will actually exit the edit mode, and now you can actually see your intro right here. And if you want the intro a little bit longer than 4 seconds, because if you're looking right here, you can see it says 4 seconds. You highlight the intro by clicking on it, so it's yellow highlighted. You go to this area right here where it's getting cursor both to left and right. You click and hold and drag it as long as you want the intro to be. So if you want it somewhere around 7 seconds, you drop it right there. And if you're looking on the intro now, you can see that it's a quick cut into the movie, and I don't want that. I want a transition here. So go to your transitions right here, and if you want something more fancy than the ones that I showed you, maybe this one can be what you want to go ahead. So just drag it down here and place it in between your intro and your actual movie and drop it there, and bam, you got your transition right there. That's cool, huh? I like that. That transition I like. So once you're done with your intro and transition here, maybe you would like to, you said something wrong here in your video, so you would like to put in a little text note in the lower area of your video, because you have your preview video right here, and I want to put in a little text box or something to with some text in right there. So you go back to titles down here, you click titles, and if you're going down, you can actually see there is some titles here. You can choose different types of titles. So you want to go ahead and choose whatever's best for you. I want to go ahead and choose this one actually. So I'm dragging that one. I'm putting it exactly where I think well, you gotta, what you want to go ahead and do is actually you want to make sure exactly where you need the box to be. And my advice to you is actually stop the cursor exactly where you said something wrong, and you take this one and you drag it exactly to the beginning there, so you can get the text box exactly where you want it to be. So you go ahead and double click this little piece here. That makes it able to edit the text here. And oops, I didn't mean that. I said something wrong, for example. And you go ahead and clip outside the text box like so. Go ahead and see, that's your text box right there. And if you have some more informative text, some text that is more information text, you can actually drag this one like this to get it longer. Maybe you want it kind of like 10 seconds or so. That's okay, because you can make it 10 seconds. Like so. And it will actually go away after 10 seconds. So that's something very useful. You can put as many of these as you want to. You can choose another style. You can choose this one, for example, and put it right here. Double click that one. This is not right, I think. You can making that one how long you want it to be. Yeah, so that's exactly how you make small text boxes in your video project. So what you want to go ahead and do now is maybe put an end to this. You want to go ahead and, in my case, see I'm waving my hand there. I want to go ahead and cut it just about right there. So I right click and I choose split clip right there. I'm yellow highlighting this area right here. Now cutting it away because I want something else here. So I'm thinking about I could actually use this one right here. I'm dragging it down here. I'm putting in a name here. Please subscribe. Click outside, and now you got something cool there. Maybe you want a thank you transition as well, or well, a text. I can put another one just behind there. Thanks for watching. I used to do this on all my videos. So I got a cut right there, and I don't really like that cut. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a transition here by going here to my transitions, and I want to choose, maybe this one could be what I'm looking for. So I'm dragging that one to in between the video and the first text there. I'm dropping it right there. So it will look like this. You cannot really see my waving there, but you got the idea there. So that's actually, I consider this video very done now. So what you want to go ahead and do is actually you need to export your video, and you can do that by going up here. You see something called share, and that's actually, if you click that one, you will be given several options here. In most cases you want to go ahead and choose file, because that is what you want. Test movie, here you can name your movie, so I put it iMovie tutorial. And this is where you need to do some thinking, because resolution and quality is very important here. For this project I could only use 1280 by 720. So if you want anything smaller than that, you can actually go ahead and choose 960 by 540. But I think you go ahead with as high as possible, so I'm gonna go ahead and choose that one. Quality, this is where you need to do some thinking here, because if you have a very slow internet connection, if you are the better resolution, the better quality you are choosing, the bigger file you can see here, 1.27 gigs, the high quality is. If I'm choosing medium here, you can see that the quality, the size of the file is actually a little bit smaller, but the quality will actually be not very good. If I'm choosing the best here, Pro Resolution, you can see that your file is actually 6.51 gigs, and if you have a slow internet connection, this could take all night to upload. So if you are, for example, on a slow internet connection, that is an upload speed for maybe 2 or 3 megabit per second, I think you really should go ahead and choose the high here. So in my case, I'm choosing the highest resolution I can, and I'm choosing the high right here. You want to go ahead when you're done with naming your file and choose next. And here is where you choose the name of your file, but you already named it in this area right here. So this is iMovie tutorial. You will not change that, but you can change where you want to save it to. For easy, for finding the file very easy, I'm choosing my desktop. I want to save it to my desktop to be able to find it very easy. Or you can choose any place you want, but I'm choosing desktop, and I suggest maybe you should do that too. Once that's done, I'm clicking the save, and now you can see up here in the right corner a little circle that will show you the time lapse of your exporting. Now this video is 13 minutes, so this could actually take some time, but once it's starting to encoding, well, exporting your video, this circle will be filled just like with the import. So we're gonna go ahead and give it some time here to see if it's going to start the exporting very soon. You can see now that it's starting to exporting the video. The bigger video, the longer time this will take. Okay, so what you can see here now is actually the little ring here is actually filled almost. It's a tiny little bit left there, and you click on it, you can see that it's 2 minutes left. 1 minute. So yeah, 1 minute right there. So once it's done exporting, we will give it another minute here to see what it looks like. A video this long, about 13-14 minutes or so, in the resolution and the quality that I chose, will actually take somewhere, I think, probably about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the speed of your computer and what type of processor there is and all that kind of stuff. So in my case, I got a 2.9 gigahertz i7 processor in this MacBook. It only have 2 cores, so that's why it took probably about 30 minutes or so. But if you have a similar speed but 4 core, I am sure that this type of video will be exported in about 10 minutes maybe. And in this computer as well, I have 16 gigs of RAM in there. And if you are editing videos like this, you need to make sure you have a good amount of RAM in there, so because all the video in your time lapse here will actually use your RAM. There you go, share successful. Yeah, okay, so the movie is actually exported now. You can click the close. So what we want to go ahead and do now is take a look on the video, and here we got it right here. So I'm open it with my QuickTime. This is what it looks like. Well, yeah, I have no audio on here, but yeah, that's what it is. So going back to the iMovie here, it's time for closing the application. You can actually, as you probably already know, you can minimize it down to your dock, but you don't want to do that. You want to close it, you go to okay, first of all I want to show you one last thing here. That's actually about this is iMovie version 10.0.6. so this is basically one of the newer versions of iMovie, just so you know what this tutorial is all about. You want to go ahead and click iMovie and quit iMovie right there. The iMovie is now quit. There we go, and that's the tutorial of how to do simple editing with iMovie.